is doing yourself, because you can't come to my company or expect me as staff to recommend you for employment. You, an NSS personnel, that will come and tell me that you don't know how to use Word, or you don't know how to type, you don't know how to use PowerPoint. If it's Excel, I can understand, because not everyone, works in that. Not everyone knows how to use Excel. But things like Microsoft Word, even when they don't teach you in school, there are certain things that you need to learn. That is my biggest problem with these Gen Z people. Honestly, just a few of them are open to learn. Just a few of them still have this growth mindset, and they understand that they need to build themselves to a certain level. They understand that they need to do a lot of capacity building. Apart from that, most of them there, and we really need to make them understand this, because if not, I don't know what will happen to that generation. It's crazy. I'm being very honest. It's crazy. Find myself wanting. I already have all the necessary skills. If it's a certificate, I'll bring it on the table. Whatever they need, I am going to present it. So I'm just preparing myself, because I know where I want to be in life. During interview with the IRA, I said that if you want to build a story building, you don't just lay the foundation and sit down. I used to explain my life to you. I know where I want to go to. I've laid the foundations, but then I need to keep building till I get to the end. When I'm done building, I can paint, I can do the decor in my building, I can do anything that I want to do. So that's just it for me. It's about me knowing where I want to get to, and I believe I would get there. But then I know that I can't just get there without preparing myself, without having all the necessary skills required. So I need to prepare myself very well to get to where I want to get to. Thing I would like to say is that, okay, when people say things about you, or when people give you advice, it doesn't mean you soak in everything. So at that point, right, even though I got teachers telling me that I won't go to university, oh God, I won't make it in life and all that, it was funny to me. I didn't take it so seriously. Like, sometimes they just say those things and I laugh, because I behave in senior high school. There's no way I'm going to speak negativity into their lives, but sometimes I just sit them down and tell them my story. If you choose to listen, fine. If you don't listen, I have done my part. And that is how it should be. Instead of you to just look at me and say that you won't go to university, you make it in life. You should try to make an impact. I think that they need to do better. I'm seeing that lately most of the teachers like Grace are doing good, but then I don't know if majority of them are, because I still know that some teachers out there would still be doing what our teachers did to us, and it's very bad. But one thing I would like to say about all this is that you shouldn't let the negative things people say about you affect you. You are you. You know yourself better. That's what I said, that even though I knew I wasn't serious, I knew what I would become in future. So I let those things bother me. It's a phase. Everyone goes through it. When you're an adolescent, there are lots of things that you do. My friend will say everyone has an exploratory stage. You do things you may regret in life, or you would not regret, but then you see them as experiences, things that has happened in your life. But you don't allow those things to define you. You need to keep moving forward. You can decide to trash it and keep. I would say that the person should, one thing I believe is that I always say that everybody is intelligent, okay, but in their own, everyone would thrive in a different field. I have friends, these people that I spoke about when I was doing my diploma. There's this particular girl that for her, you can tell that school is not her own. Like, she didn't like school. Even exam cry, I have to call her because she doesn't even know exam timetable. She didn't continue with us. But then this person I'm talking about has over 4 shops in Makola, and she's doing so well as a businesswoman. It's your chance. So I had to walk back to the girl, and I said, oh, don't worry, I'll drop you. And that was how our friendship started. I'm a very strategic person. Trust me. If I want you to be my friend, there's nothing you can do about it. We will become friends by force. Because I've seen you and I know you can help me in life. When during Nanabe's interview, one of Nanabe's interviews, she said growing up she was an opportunist and people were insulting her. She didn't mean it in a bad way. I really understand her because right now, because of how intentional I am about growth, trust me, I am also an opportunist, not a bad way. If I see you, I know that anyone that comes close to me would learn from me. So I should also be able to learn from you. If you're not going to serve me, if having been in a relationship with you is not going to help me in any way, then come on, I don't need it because I've grown past that level where we will sit down and gossip, chit chat, talk about unnecessary things. I've grown past that level. So if your friendship is not going to help me develop my mind, maybe bring me something that will give me money, help me develop in my financial status, if it's religiously, anything, please go your way. So this is the reason why I'm talking about friendship is the question you asked. If you are in school, please, sometimes we know that when we go to uni, growing up, from my dad is not so strict, but I always have a curfew. Even now that I'm grown, though, I still have a curfew, so you can imagine. So sometimes when we go to uni, we feel like that's the time to explore, but please explore with caution. You can have the friends, and make sure those friends you are chilling with, if they are not coming back to study with you, then cut them off. It's either you find people that you'll be studying with, people that I spoke to some girls from UDS some time ago, and then we spoke about certain targets. And then, see, during my last exam, I think I wrote exam 2 months ago. I wasn't sleeping. You see my face so stressed. I became so skinny, like I lost weight. But people even see me and say, Mariam, are you sick? I'm the only one who knows what I'm looking for. And right now, because I'm working and schooling, I don't have that much time I had during my first master. So it's really tough on me. It's really, really tough. But because I set my targets and I know what I'm looking for, I don't sleep. Even my parents, my mother, or even when it's quessy, even when it's light out, I'll carry my books and go and sit on the compound. That's how intentional I am about growth. And I want people to understand that when you want something, you need to, whatever you have to do, kill yourself for it. Because at the end of the day, when you are reaping the fruits, you'll be happy. You'll be happy. You'll be so proud of yourself. Because you did it for yourself. You did it all alone. And then you are enjoying the benefits of it. So please, if you're a student, it's not too late. They say that people say GPA doesn't matter. To me, it matters. I mean, it's very important to me. But if you think that maybe you are in level 300 or 400 and it's too late, you can still do something. Just try your very best. Start studying. I know that's maybe just one semester getting all A's may not do much. But do it. I want you to do it so that you know that you can do it. Not because you are looking for first class in it too late, but I want you to do it and know that you can do it so that it may even inspire you to want to go for a master's degree or do better, do something. I want you to believe in yourself and know that you can always achieve it once you set your mind to it. Thank you. As in, the person wants to start impacting the lives of others, or I don't really understand. I don't get you. Honestly, I didn't do anything. No. You see, So for me, how it started with the people around me. So I think some of you may know Amtu. Amtu is my childhood friend and like a sister to me. So when Amtu was in university, I think she was doing this thing called the She Move. That was inspiring young girls. And Amtu is someone that knows me same senior high school as well, so she knows my story. So it's like people close to me have seen people close to me have seen my transformation and they are so proud, and they always bring me on to speak to their girls. We have mentorship programs and all. So that was how it started for me. Because these people have seen my journey, such as coming to my DMs and then they're like, wow, Mariam, I'm so proud of you, because who would have thought? Even me myself cry. Sometimes I'm surprised. I'm like, hey, can do it. And then most of the time, the reason why I talk about friendship is that when you have deep conversation with these girls, you realize that most of them in friends, yeah, is what is disturbing us, especially women. That's the problem, because some of them immediately they decide to change theirs, and then people are scared to cut people off. You shouldn't be, honestly. If someone is not serving you, just cut the person off and move. Immediately they do this, and then they find, when we are in school or when we are in the class, we all know the most intelligent or the brightest students. We know most of them. So when they do this and then they are able to be friends, or not necessarily friends, maybe start studying with these people, then there's an improvement in their grades. They are doing so well. So that was how it started. I realized that sharing my story really impacts the lives of people, and me speaking about mindsets is not something I have read in a book. It's not theoretical. It's not something I've read and I just come and pour out. It's something I have lived. It's an experience that I have gone through. Failing my WASI once, going to rewrite and not doing so well because I hadn't learned, starting from diploma and still not being so serious, having to go back to level 200. I have experienced it like this thing like 4 or 5 times. So when I speak, it's because I understand I have gone through it, but I have been able to pick myself up because I understand that my failure doesn't have to define me. Now my story is my power. Because most of the times when I go for an interview, it has to do with my story. People are inspired. People want to be friends with me. People want to talk to me. People want me to tell them how I was able to transition. My story is my power. If I didn't fail during those times and learn from it, I may not be here. I always tell people that as at the time I went to school very early. I think I completed SHS even before 18. I think I was around 16 or 17. At that age, with the mindset I had, if I entered uni at that age, trust me, it wouldn't be good. So God does everything for a reason. Maybe I just had to feel and refill and be there. So my mindset was right. So I was matured enough. So I had a mindset of my own. So I didn't want to be part of some group of girls. I didn't want to be